All right, a topic that quite a few people have actually asked me about, which is medication. So I'll give you a little bit of information about my medication journey, and I'm going to do it in two parts because there's a bit of a, lead up to what made me decide to give it a go, and I was quite anti-meds in the beginning. So I'll break it down into two parts, so this is not a 10-minute video. So initially, this was probably about 3 years ago, I was going through therapy after a relationship breakup, and I was eventually diagnosed with PTSD. So I questioned with my therapist and psychologist that I was talking to whether or not I could have ADHD, and they said, no, it's just PTSD because there's a lot of crossover symptoms. So I was like, cool, whatever, left it at that, didn't think much more of it. Anyway, over a period of time, a lot of the PTSD type symptoms, like triggers and stuff, I worked through them and I was doing really good, but a lot of the other stuff that is related to ADHD was like getting worse, right? So the anxiety was getting worse, and the disorganization, overwhelm, all of that kind of stuff that was the ADHD symptoms were getting worse. So I was like, maybe there's more to it than this. So then, of course, you delve into the TikTok rabbit hole and watch all the reels. And then I started doing these online tests, like, do you have ADHD? I did a million of those, and all of those came up with really high results. So for a good, probably at least 2 years, I was questioning it, do I have ADHD? Nah, I'm not. I just need to try harder and just, make all these excuses. And I thought to myself, there is no point in getting diagnosed anyway, because I didn't want to try medication. I was like, that's not for me. I don't want to, take crack to make my life better, which that was my kind of thought process on it. And I was like, I don't want to be reliant on medication, rah, rah, rah. Anyway, long story short, I ended up going away on holiday took the kids to Disneyland. It was amazing. We had an amazing time. And I was, happy, dopamine pinging all over the place, all the cool things that we're doing, all the fun that we were having. I came back home and then I literally just tanked, because if you know anything about ADHD, it's to do with your dopamine levels. You can't have consistent, regular dopamine levels. So that's why it's really hard to motivate yourself to do stuff, and anxiety, all that kind of stuff. I came home, absolutely crashed. There was nothing. It was dead boring here. Had to go back to work in real life, and my body was like, nah, sorry, this is not interesting. No dopamine production going on here. We're just going to sit you on the couch for a couple of months and you can do nothing. Couldn't answer emails, honestly, I was just a mess. I would bundle myself up in the corner and I just couldn't do anything, no matter how much I wanted to. I'm self-employed, so I don't have anyone, shouting down my neck going, get your ass to work. I had to do that myself. And yeah, that was near impossible. So a friend of mine gave me a Ritalin to try. Yeah, that was a game changer for me. That was the end of me not wanting to try medication. So I'm going to do a part 2 because this is already 3 minutes long, and I'll carry on the story from there.